Well, hello and welcome to the Points of Interest podcast. This is the most generic podcast on the internet. My name is Josh Hawks. I am the 303 Ninja, and right over there, he's my podcasting partner for life. He is the other guy. It's Mr. Francis Fernandez.
I'm writing the tweet.
What?
The twit. I'm writing the tweet.
Oh,
let people know that we're live.
That we're doing a thing. I should probably open my phone and participate with that.
Hey, shout out to some rando whose name doesn't show up on our list.
Manny something.
Because so my activity feed says unknown users. So you actually have a name, which is nice.
Well, usually I don't have any of the new names for whatever reason. No. So I'm glad that you don't this time.
I don't.
But, I can't, figure out what your name is. But, hey, man, thanks for joining. Or, hey, person, thanks for joining.
Yeah, I guess you joined after the episode last week. So whoever you are, welcome.
Welcome to this madness of a podcast.
Yeah. Which is the future's uncertain?
No.
Sort of?
Don't ever say that. I'm disappointed that you said that, actually. No, the future.
Well, I mean, in the sense of it may not. Sometimes it'll be on a Tuesday. Maybe it'll be on a Thursday.
That part of it. That part of it might change just because the new job.
Saturday.
It might. Yeah, who knows? But the new job. They protect kayfabe. They schedule when they need me. Not that I'm on demand or on call or whatever, but
on call, yeah.
Not on call, but I'm needed as the business needs me. Let's say that.
Okay.
Let's say that. I don't know how else to word it without giving. You know what I'm saying?
Well, don't give it away.
Yeah, because
give it away now.
I already talked about it as far as what we're doing 2 or 3 episodes ago. So if you didn't hear that, you may not ever know.
As a matter of fact, I'm certain they will never know.
I mean, I'm not. I always say protect kayfabe. I'm not always so good at protecting it, but Well,
because sometimes you don't care about protecting kayfabe. Sometimes
that is true.
You're just like, oh, well, all right, whatever. I'm just gonna say whatever's on my mind, and then you just say whatever's on your mind.
There are times.
It's not a bad thing.
No, not by any means. Usually when those times happen, Francis, is when I'm frustrated with life, or life has frustrated me to the point where I can't hold in my emotions or thoughts or whatever, and unfortunately, somebody might get all of the pent up stuff. It's a fucking flaw. It's a flaw of mine. I fully admit to it. But that actually just happened, where a situation happened where I lost it on somebody. Where I was, they were just as equally as frustrated, probably with me as I was with them. And
just want to say hi to Ginger.
Oh yes,
hello. I didn't see their posts, but yes. Hi, let's get it on.
Yes,
let's go.
Let's get it on.
Thank you, Adam Carolla. Go on.
Whatever happened to that guy?
He's still out there,
I'm sure. But yeah, I kind of lost my cool on somebody a little bit as they were losing their cool on me as well, which probably acerbated the whole situation. The person said, I think if you can't speak to me civilly, we're going to end this phone call. And I was like, cool, have a great night, and hit the big red button on the phone, which, let me tell you, Francis, is not as satisfying whatsoever.
I knew you were going to say that.
Than slamming a phone down. Or even closing a flip.
I mean, you could always get a flip phone.
Yeah, if I want my phone to last for 2 seconds.
No, a flip phone will last for. Oh, you mean? I think
a modern
3 weeks.
No, I'm talking about a modern flip.
Oh, not one of those. No, get like a flip phone without a smart screen. Just a regular, like a phone.
Yeah, you'll get like a
Um,
StarTech from like 94 or 95.
I mean, Nokia made the banana phone like 3 or 4 years ago. Like they made it fairly recently.
Mm.
So
But still.
you could easily just get like a regular cell phone. But anyway, okay. So you hung up on somebody unsatisfactorily.
Well, because I didn't want them hanging up on me. I didn't want them to have the satisfaction. I wanted to get.
You got the last word.
I had to. I was being petty. Francis. I was so frustrated. I was petty.
It's okay.
These things happen from time to time.
We're allowed. We're allowed to be petty every once in a while.
Yeah, for someone that's petty, maybe every fucking 5 years or so, I think it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't happen often. It's not like you do it all the time or something, right?
No.
Like it's not so.
No, as I stated before, I bottle it all up, and then I wait. It's not like I wait for it, but somebody eventually gets all that frustration that I've been bottling up. I let it out here and there. You see like a moonshine. Like as it purges off, the yeast purges off all the sugar, it bubbles and whatnot. That's me. I let it burp out when I need to.
Right.
Sometimes you get to hear a lot of it before we hit record. Sometimes.
Right.
Other friends get to hear it as well. Family gets to hear it sometimes. It's a lot of fun. But yeah.
Well, good.
It's the big once the cork falls off, so when somebody pushes so much that the cork falls off, then it's unfortunately for that person, they get all the frustration I've been feeling for the last however many months it's been since the last time the cork fell out.
I mean, Ginger's right. Slamming a phone is a really cathartic feeling. I think what we need. Here's your $1 million idea. If anyone wants to take it, is like make a phone that you can carry around, so that when you want to slam a phone, you can just slam it, and then you can slam it like you can slam it on your, or make it a noise like a sound effect on your phone, like an app that makes it sound like you're slamming it with one of those old like rotary phones.
Oh sure.
So you can have a little bit of that ring, a little bit of that like
a little of the bell, yeah, a little thud, a little bell at the same time.
Yeah, so you go bling. Oh well, yeah, and that shows, and it has like levels, so a level of slam.
How angry are you?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people. Well,
it's funny because go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like the younger generation would understand. So
sure,
it may not work.
They don't understand a lot of things. One of the people that saw me frustrated mentioned how unsatisfactory it is to not be able to slam the phone, but gave me a good idea. They said, what you should do is call the person back just to hang up on them. And I was like, no. That's not the same, man. It's not the same. He's like, dude, I'm just trying to make you smile. I'm like, oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate, but like, I'm mad right now. Not at you, not at anybody else. Just, I'm frustrated.
Sure.
He's like, yeah, but I've never seen you like this. I'm like, yeah, well, I hide it. I'm pretty good.
Well, I mean, not to go there, but that's kind of the expectation for dudes in general. Like,
sure,
dudes
and especially
are kind of meant to keep it in.
When you're in a professional setting, you're not supposed to have emotions.
Mm.
I mean, you're supposed to think logically.
No, it's not even that. It's just you just have to. You're supposed to quote unquote leave the baggage at the door.
Right.
Leave your baggage at the door, and it's not that easy. It's not easy just to be like, well, you know what? I'm gonna be emotionally neutral for work, no matter what happens to me. Yeah, good luck with that. Have fun with that. Yeah, that's gonna be totally doable.
Hey, I faked it for a couple months.
Yeah, but still. Yeah, but still. Yeah,
Still. Yeah, I don't know I don't know how to end that little segment, but because that was unplanned. But
I don't know we didn't talk about what's on your list.
No,
We're
not at
kind of
all.
jumping in.
So no, but but there was some frustration, but everything's better now. Everything's better. Check your ego at the door. Yes, that's definitely been heard. I've been told that and said that to many a people, and been told many a times.
Easier said than done. Push for a certain situation. I mean, I've never had to deal with like kind of frustration or anger issues at work. Luckily, like I'm pretty good at like waiting till after work or gossiping with other coworkers after work or something about stuff that's frustrating.
Sure.
But I've worked with a bunch of people, and I'm sure you have too, where they're more than happy to just unload at work while they're on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
Just unload on customers, on other employees. It doesn't matter. You know, they'll just scream and yell and get angry. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's I'm not going too far out on a branch to say that a lot of the times there's a lot of other things going on in that person's life.
True, right? Yeah, no, of course.
Which I fully admit that's definitely part of, part of my little mental breakdown was the stresses that I feel that I put on myself mostly that I put on myself. But it's because, no matter how much I try to, be a, whatever, there's still like this. You gotta be a dude and make money and, whatever.
You gotta be a dude.
Yeah, I don't know what. You know what I'm trying to say, Francis.
I think so. Yes.
Like you have a responsibility as a fucking male to make money and make whatever. And and I wasn't making any money, so I can't fulfill my fucking duty, my responsibilities of like, paying bills and shit like that. So I have all that. So that, steadily grows on you, no matter what you do to, get rid of things or not rid of things, but cancel things or, what have you.
When you feel emasculated. You feel less of a man if you
can't do it. And it's fucking stupid. That's stupid. You know what I'm saying? But like, but at the same time, can't deny the fact that that's like that part of that was going through my head. Like, fuck, man. Like, getting my ass kicked. I'm working for nothing, basically. Right. I come home every week with this measly little crumbles of a piece of cake, and I have to ration out this little piece of cake to the people that want cake.
Sure.
And I'm Irish, so I ain't got no ass. So I got no extra cake to give nobody.
Yeah, right. Yes. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. No. Yeah. You're right. Right. Yeah.
So like.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So all that stuff builds up, and unfortunately for that person, for being unhelpful and without getting into details, just fucking generally just pissing me off. With her, see, that's already fucked up. With their inability to resolve a situation.
Yeah. Again, it was two angry people. Because here's the thing: it was two kind of frustrated people going at it. It wasn't like one of you was level-headed. You both were kind of on the same boat of frustration.
Sure.
It's hard to be reasonable.
Sure, and I completely understand. In this situation, totally unprofessional. Fully admit to it, but
professional.
It happens. It happens. It happens. Do I have anything on here that I can go off of that? Not really. Nothing. I had this as an opening question actually, and then we talked about other things.
You have a question?
Yeah. And something that you guys might actually do on SGU. Subtle plug.
Starting again tomorrow.
Subtle plug. Look at the fucking timing on that. But I saw this on the Twitters. And I thought it was kind of ridiculous, the wording. But I'm not a super fan of really anything.
Mm-hmm.
But what video game changed your life is how it was worded. I would say, what video game made you feel something other than anger at the game?
No, there's too many of that. I can definitely do a change my life thing because, when you're a little kid, College Slam? Well, Push is saying College Slam. I don't know if that's an answer to the question or not, but College Slam. There's the answer.
It's
College Slam.
Okay, I didn't know this game.
No. I don't know what College Slam is actually. Yeah, like having a Nintendo. I don't know, Mario Brothers really, because that's when I started playing.
Fair.
It's the college equivalent to NBA Jam. Oh,
okay.
NBA Jam is great.
NBA Jam was pretty great. From
but
downtown.
College Slam, that's cool too. Then now, okay, I like that. Yeah, from downtown. He's on fire.
Yep.
But that's a weird question. Okay, you answer.
Well, so I thought about it, and no game has made me feel emotional because I'm not really a story guy when it comes to video games. I just want to play the game, whatever it is. Example, Fallout 4. I haven't a clue what the story is about. I don't care. I skip through all the dialogue. What's the other one? Scram? What's that called? Skyrim? No idea. I just know there's dragons and you get to fight them. Mm-hmm. So that's all I care about. Like, story in a game does very little for me and to me. Mm-hmm. But Metal Gear Solid, back in the PS2 days. Was it PS2? Yeah. No, PS1. That game, I actually paid attention to the story. I was invested. I imported it. It's all in Japanese, so I didn't know what the hell was going on. The game was great, though. Sneaker. But the U.S. version of it, the story was great. I was invested. I'd already played the game, so I had pretty good idea what to expect, but just didn't know what the story really was. But that one caught me. And then as far as like changing life, which I can't.
Look at Ginger is just appalled
right.
by the idea of. But I have a sort of pseudo answer for that question.
So I thought about what changed my life. And I saw the question on Twitter. Like I said, I thought it was ridiculous. But it's fun enough that we could talk about it. But I tried to play the game in my own head. What changed my life? Going to an arcade. When I had already been a Street Fighter 2 player. Still learning the ropes, still trying to find my character. Mm-hmm. And I was playing against somebody, and he jumped up in the air and did the tornado kick across the screen in the air, where I only just knew how to do, just the motion and go, the little tornado kick he'd do, not in the air. And I was like, will you be my sensei and teach me how to play this game? That's about as close as I can get to a life-changing event in video games. Like I said, I'm not a story guy. Watching this, opening my eyes to new techniques in Street Fighter, that's about as close as life-changing. But go on, Francis.
All right. So life-changing. Okay. I don't know if I can necessarily say there's anything I can think of that's life-changing for me personally. But I do, Ginger's reaction is like, really? But then I think of, well, yeah. Actually, if I think we're on this platform that we're on right now on Twitch, there's hundreds, not thousands, but there's hundreds of people whose first game got them a job just playing a game for other people. Like that's their job. There's like thousands actually of people, maybe even tens of thousands of people whose sole purpose in providing worth to the society is to play video games for other people and being a personality, right?
Yeah.
There, you can't just play the game because nobody cares if you just play the game. You have to have a personality.
As anybody that's seen any of my gaming streams clearly will know.
It's not easy. I mean, I've done it
It
too.
isn't.
I did a card game. The game I was playing was a card game, so it's a little easier to kind of talk to people while I play the game. But it was a card game.
And talk out loud about your strategy. I guess instead of internalizing that, you just kind of speak out loud. Oh, I can play this or I can do this.
Which is what most people do, right? Most people talk about like, this is what I'm going to do in a game. And with that one, though, I didn't talk about strategy. I didn't talk about the game. I talked about everything else. I talked about regular, normal stuff. But I played a game as kind of like, hey, guys, hey, kids, I'm as cool as you are. Look at me play a game that like the kids are interested in. And so I played a game that the kids are interested in.
So you catfished a bunch of people into just...
Right. Well, they know. They saw my face.
No,
they knew who I was.
I'm kidding.
I didn't hide. But like, so that's I mean, I don't have a thing that like changed my life, but I mean, some people do tournaments that's all they do is do $1 million tournaments for Street Fighter, like your Street Fighter story.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they took Street Fighter and turned it into how they make a living. They took a shooter game, and that's how they made it into a living, and people made fun of that, right? Like even I did. I mean, Josh, we've been doing this for 15 years now, practically, right? 14, whatever. But we've been doing this for a while, and there was an era where we made fun of people who did that stuff. We made fun of, like I did at least. I was making fun of the people who were like, this is a sport, I guess. Like they call this a sport.
Sure.
Like it's an e-sport. You sit down, you have a controller in your hand, and you play a game.
But you get to wear a cool jersey.
You do. You get sponsored. Yeah,
you got a cool nickname?
You did.
Yeah.
Which none of them ever I thought were cool. I hate all the well, no offense to Ninja and you, sir, 303 Ninja.
That's
but
fair.
Just Ninja by itself is it's a little pretentious. A little ninja, okay. Be like something ninja. Don't just be ninja as if you're the only ninja. Be like, something ninja. Anyway.
Sure. I'm on board.
PewDiePie. Like PewDiePie. Ugh. Like what kind of name is PewDiePie? Anyway. But he's
what kind of name is Logan Paul?
Well, yeah, when you use your real name. Yeah. But that's my point though, right? Like so yeah, so it's funny that's a question that comes, but there's I can think of people who I see on Twitter every day who I know because it's the only thing, it's their personality, it's what they talk about. I know a game that changed their life. I know exactly what game changed their life because that's all they talk about and that's all they post about and that's all they care about.
Yeah, right? Like that's like it's so on the nose, but people don't know. Like going to read fanfics of a game you play.
Sure.
Like that I've never gotten into anything that deep. I mean, you can argue.
No,
maybe I did with Street Fighter with all the schoolings I got from different pretty damn good players, but I didn't.
But fanfics are super popular.
That's crazy. I thought that was a thing from like the early aughts.
So many people, I won't say waste because people are enjoying it, but they're not making money off of it. But they're spending. It's a hobby. And they'll spend hours upon hours upon hours writing these stories, making sure it's good grammar, all that stuff, making sure it's well written, for nothing but like not even recognition. Because who ever remembers the author of a fanfic?
Sure.
Like nobody remembers the author of a fanfic usually. Well, I know people do. Don't at me. I know people do remember authors of fanfics, but that's what they do. That's all they do. And they get no money for it. They don't get sponsorship for it. They don't get anything for it. they just get the love and adoration of people who read their stuff, and it's millions of people.
I mean, but that's enough for some people.
Yeah, that's enough for me. I mean, if I were doing that, I don't necessarily like the stories I've put out. Honestly, this is gonna sound terrible. All I want is to hear what people think about it. I don't care if I never make money off of those stories. I just want to know if people liked it. Like if someone read it and they're like, pretty funny, or that was pretty good, you know? Like the best compliment I got was from one of my store. Well, I've gotten several actually really nice compliments, but the one that really stood out was the editor's mom. The editor of our story's mom read my story, and she didn't say it was good or bad. She just said it read like a movie. And I'm like, oh, that's very nice to say. You didn't say it was good or bad, but you said it read like a movie.
Yeah,
that's really. Like,
she didn't say
cool.
It was like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes or Gone with the Wind or anything.
Right.
Why did I pick those two?
Well, those are. I mean, because one's really bad and one's really good. So
yeah, the one of the hills and all the singing kind of sucked.
Which is neither of them, because neither of them have.
I'm taking the time now. I've clearly never seen that movie.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes was amazing.
Yes, it was. Yeah. Still is.
Yeah.
Even the cartoon.
But anyway,
cartoon's great.
Gone with the Wind still the #1 grossing movie with if you take into account like inflation and all that stuff, it's still considered the most profitable movie of all time at like $3 billion. Like that's how much.
Wow, that's crazy. $3 billion. That's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
That is a lot of money. What else is a lot of money?
What else is a lot of money?
Look at that, Francis. Teslas are a lot of money. Just, all the range of cars. There's a lot of them. There's not a lot of them. There's a few of them. What?
Before you move on.
Yes.
Ginger had a comment that I'd like to read just because it is, to me, very funny because it's about board games. She says, I enjoyed Mystery Date as a little girl. Didn't change my life. However, no one could beat me at Candyland. I like that you went board games, Ginger. That was really funny. So thanks for that. All right. So Teslas. Yes, Teslas are expensive.
Teslas are expensive.
We called them quite a few of them.
It's software updates. You just plug it into the internet. It's fine.
Not for the Cybertruck. That was
the Cybertruck. You know what they did for the Cybertruck? They screwed in a screw, a self-tapping screw, into the bottom of the gas pedal to keep the gas pedal from moving. That's all they did.
Oh, well, there you go.
It's like a 10-cent screw. They just drill it right through the bottom of the pedal plate, I guess.
So everyone who owns a Cybertruck, and I don't know anyone personally, but I see it in my neighborhood. Like I've seen it a few times. You guys are beta testers, so
yeah, basically, yeah. But it got me thinking, and I actually saw the original Tesla vehicle. What is it? The Roadster? Was that what it's called?
Yeah, it's a really tiny. It looks like a Lotus.
It is.
If you know what
it is. It's a heavily modified Lotus Elise.
I really like Lotuses too. So
as like a long running car company. I think that's awesome. Lotus, the name, sponsored 2 Formula 1 cars at the same time, which we won't get into, but there was a Lotus company and then Lotus, the car manufacturer. Funny thing about Lotus, you know how every car manufacturer has its little, like the people, the consumers take the letters and make words out of the letters.
No idea what you're talking about, but sure.
Found on road dead, Ford.
Oh, so they turned them into, okay. Yeah,
Lotus. Yeah. Lots of trouble, usually serious.
Oh.
I had to look that up.
I think those are anagrams, but yeah.
Yeah, whatever the term is, yeah, that's what Lotus apparently stands for. But
oh no, that's mixing up letters. It's abbreviation, so they abbreviate it into that. Okay, so that's Lotus. Okay.
So the Lotus Elise, super nice car, beautiful car. And I think the Roadster, in its own way, is a pretty car. It's just kind of weird looking. You look at it, you're like, oh yeah, it's a Lotus. You look at a Lotus Elise and a Roadster, and you can definitely tell. But it still trips me out that electric vehicles don't really make noise. Like they have they all have to. They're required to have some sort of noise when they back up.
And if they are under 25 miles per hour, because my car makes, I have a hybrid, so it makes noise under 25 miles an hour.
You get to choose. It
makes a humming noise. I wish I could choose the noise. I'd make it like galloping, like a horse. Unfortunately,
it wouldn't be a gallop at under 25. It'd be like a
trotting.
A trot, yeah.
Yeah, I just want horseshoe on like gravel sound.
It would be even better, actually, Francis, if you were able to find somebody that just got some coconuts and you just strap them to the back of your car.
I mean, that would be cheaper, probably.
Hey, here, can you just when we're going slow, can you just do the coconut things, and then when we start going fast, just tuck.
But yes, no, I do know that they make a noise though. Yes, under 25 miles an hour, by law, all electric vehicles have to make a sound so that people know it's around. Because I've definitely, before they did that, because there's still a couple of cars made in like, I don't know, the last 10 years, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, maybe not 10 years ago, that make no noise when they're just going down a parking lot. And you're like, oh, if I wasn't paying attention, I could have easily, and they obviously stop for you, but like, they could easily just run me over if they wanted to, because I did not hear it coming.
One thing about the Roadster that I noticed that I saw, you definitely didn't have to worry about not hearing it, because the stiff suspension it has and the super road resistant, like heavy resistant tires, like the tires are really grippy, so it has that so it regenerates energy over, driving and under braking. The tires are really grippy and they make a lot of noise. I would not want to be in one of those cars, I don't think.
No, the new Roadster doesn't look very good.
I haven't really looked after once the truck kind of came out, I was like, what happened to the design? You did this in an Etch-a-Sketch.
I mean, you notice it though. I mean, for now
sure.
You will, right?
It's
like so out of nowhere.
Sure,
you really notice it. Yeah.
But I mean, much the same as you notice a 50s car driving down the road, because it looks very different, or like a rat rod, or a monster. Some dude with a little dick in a gigantic truck. Like, you notice these things,
right?
Because they're out of the norm. But yeah, I don't know.
So wait, why did you bring up the Tesla Roadster?
Just because I saw one.
Oh.
And I got to before I even saw it, I got to thinking about because you see all the lines of Teslas out there, and just I got to thinking, what happened to the original car? What the hell was it called? And then a couple days later, I'm sitting at a traffic light, and there's one sitting next to me.
Yeah, those things only had because that was the first. The Roadster was the first one before he did all the when he started calling them the Model S and Model,
right?
Whatever is Ys and stuff. And I think that the original Roadster only had like a 60-mile range or something. Like, it was super short. It wasn't long. It was like a really short range.
Yeah, I think one of the car companies tested it, and they said it was supposed to get like 120. They got about 60 out of it, but they were also road testing it, really on it the whole time, as opposed to just driving down the road.
Yeah.
So maybe they broke it or something. They did overheat the batteries at one point. It went into limp mode.
They were like first generation. Okay, so here it is, 2011. Okay, so the original Tesla Roadster came out in 2011. So the body, I thought the body was Lotus too. According to this, the body is Corvette. It says body type convertible. Like I said,
Corvette.
Corvette. No, so it's convertible. So yes, it is. It is a Lotus.
Yeah, just
But
heavily
their
modified
range.
and not as pretty Lotus at
No,
least.
no, I don't think it looks good at all. I don't. I don't like it. I like the original, that Lotus from like the early 2000s. That was a cool looking car.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So there you go. 2011. That's a long time.
It is a long time
Good
ago.
on them for still owning the car.
I know, right? I mean, think about how much you probably didn't drive it this whole time.
Right. Exactly.
Because those first ones, I'm sure still take forever. You can't. Shit, I don't even know how you charge those. If they can get retrofitted to the new charge ports, or if you just got to plug it in like a peasant into a 120-volt house and just hope for the best.
It's just it's just right beside the toaster. You just plug it right by the toaster.
Or you go buy the
Orange.
$3,000 extension cable. You have to unplug your dryer and plug this plug this in, and then plug this into your car because that's at least $220.
That yeah, which means at 220, I think it still takes like 3 days to charge it.
Something like that.
I think it takes a while.
Yeah, but maybe one day. Maybe one day. I don't think we're there yet.
Oh, you want an electric car one day?
No, hell no. I'm saying we as a society.
No.
I don't want one right now.
Hey,
You
there's
could
pushback on electric cars. So.
you could be a beta tester for the rest of us as well with your hybrid technology.
The regular Teslas outside of the Cybertruck are not betas anymore. Those are
No, I know.
the real deal now.
I'm just saying everybody that's buying hybrids and
Oh yeah,
full electrics, it's still, to me, it's still all in the beta test phase.
yeah. But I live in a state that's kind of embraced it, so I'm whatever about it because I'm never gonna be stranded because there's chargers everywhere.
Oh, sure.
Like my state really embraced it. But I'm gonna get. I just realized I will get an electric car one day, and it'll be the new DeLorean. I want the new DeLorean.
I wonder if it'll actually be able to do 88 miles an hour. Because the original ones couldn't do 88. I don't care what was on the speedometer; they couldn't do 88.
No, top speed according to this is 155. So
that's pretty standard top speed of a 2 or 4 door car these days.
Yeah,
it's probably limited to 150, 155.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, if you look at it, it's not the. I mean, it's just. I just wonder for the name, really. It still has the wing doors.
No, that's
so
good.
that's kind of cool. I still get to exit the car with the wing doors, so that's fun.
Crash your doors into neighboring cars. That'll be fun.
Whatever.
If you ever get pulled over, you have to tell the cop, like, all right, you have to take like 3 steps back. I got to open this door. I don't want to hit you in the face with it. Catch an extra charge.
Yeah, and it really is the gull wings, though. I'm looking at it with the doors open. It is out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you will get hit by these doors if you are not careful.
I wonder if they have the same technology that the, I don't remember which Mercedes, it's like a S-Class or something like that, that had gull wing doors that had explosive bolts in it in case the car ever flipped. The doors would explode off the car so you can get out.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if this does that, but I would not be mad. Yeah, I don't know. But, oh my God! Sorry, they're showing the other designs and they're all ugly. Dude, DeLorean. Dude, DeLorean.
Well, he's
relax.
dead. He's dead.
Yeah. Well, whoever owns DeLorean now, relax. These are all.
He caught that drug trafficking charge, and I think he died after that.
Yeah, some of these look straight out of a video game, dude. Like, they're really bad. They're really bad.
A new person. A new person.
Hey,
just
Fraternal Pep.
Fraternal Pep. I don't
Thanks
know.
for getting us to 60.
Yes, that's awesome. I don't have claps. Yes, I do.
Do you have like those popping like confetti things?
I've got claps. Hang on.
Clap
Where
it.
are they? I got laughter. I got cricket. No, I don't. Nope. I got this.
Just give the horn. Give the horn. No,
Yeah. I had laughter or whatever that was. Applause.
okay.
Switch back to this thing before I hit the wrong button and something weird plays. Where were we? Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
Fraternal pep. Let's figure out fraternal pep. What is that? What do you think that is?
Pepsi? I don't know.
The twin of Pepsi.
College, and he's a frat boy with pep, with energy.
Oh, there you go.
He's an energetic fratty guy. I don't know. That's probably
possibly. Who knows? That's what we do here. We try to figure out your username.
Yeah.
I don't know why. This is something I did one day, and we're sticking to it now. We don't stick to a lot of things. So we're sticking to that.
Probably a bad idea, but yeah, we'll stick to it. Sure.
Hey, speaking of bad ideas, Francis, I'm gonna try this.
Sure.
A bad idea sometimes is canceling people's jobs.
What does that mean? I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what it means. I'm not good at fucking transitions, man. The studio that has been developing a video game called Kerbal Space Program 2.
Oh, I was wondering if you're going to bring this up.
Yeah. The game, it's about sending little green frog-like creatures into space. It's a lot of fun, actually. The first game you can get for basically nothing, which is the one I would suggest to get at this point. It's a chain of different companies, but Take-Two Interactive is shutting down Intercept Games, who they had working on the development of this game. Mm-hmm. All 70 people in the studio apparently have been given their walking papers, as the old timers used to say. They got their pink slips, I think is another term. Yeah. And there's been no word on what's going on with the game. There's been one tweet by one of those two companies I mentioned. Probably the first one.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I just agree. Yeah, because I know the story. It's just it's just sad. Like,
ultimately yes, it sucks that people are losing their job, but I also paid $50 to get a game that wasn't completed. I was hoping that it would get completed.
You might get a refund because Microsoft also disbanded the studio that made this game called Redfall, and people bought They bought $100 version of the game because it was supposed to come with like DLC and stuff, and because they dismantled the developer office or the developers of the game. No other DLC, so they spent $100 for nothing.
Sure.
So I'm guessing they're going to get a refund for it. So you probably could get a refund for Kerbal.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean,
it's an incomplete game, or somebody might pick it up and finish it.
And because there's been absolutely no communication from studios or people that work there or the publisher, people are like, okay, well, the publisher just picked up this other company. So maybe it'll get transferred yet again to, I think this is the third developer it will be gone to, or given to. I mean, the first game was developed by one dude. So that's impressive. That one dude actually made another game called Kit Bash, which is basically the same thing as Kerbal Space, but it's like with paper airplanes or just with airplanes.
That's fun.
With just planes, but it's the same kind of mechanics where you just snap things together and hope it works. But again, I guess, it's a video game centric episode, I guess. But the first game was a lot of fun. Definitely wasn't life changing by any means. But the first time I made it to a celestial planet that was other than the one that you start on, I was pretty happy. Like, holy crap, the thing that I designed actually got here. Am I going to be able to leave this planet and get back home? I don't know, but I got here.
We talked to somebody who was like, at Denver Comic Con. It was like
ties back into what we were talking again about getting paid to play a video game. So this is all making sense, Francis. What was his name? Des Valdez. Des Valdez.
That's right. Dude, your memory is, you're at a steel trap for a brain, dude.
Hey,
that's impressive.
That marijuana doesn't kill your brain cells. We just proved it. Because I remember the dude's persona, not his real name.
Yeah, but I don't even remember if he gave us his real name. I think he just gave us his like Twitch name or whatever.
Yeah, I think so. But that dude, I mean, even during the first, during the first game, during its early development still, he had a whole booth, a whole floor section of Denver Comic Con where he had people of his team showing off the game and teaching people how to play the game. And he was just a dude, just a fan. He had nothing to do with the development of the game as far as I know. I don't want to speak out of school.
Right.
But again, going back, he got paid to play and teach people how to play a video game that was... there's real mathematics that are in there. I mean, there's a real there's a solar system in the game that you try to go and explore and, Go ahead.
If I recall, he really worked for NASA.
I think he's some sort of scientist or something.
He was like a real rocket scientist who really appreciated the game because it required real math and real, like, you had to figure stuff out for things to work, right?
And that game is,
you had to understand.
15 now. It's like 10 years old, probably the first version.
Something like that.
And I still haven't explored the entire universe or solar system, just because I know good at building stuff.
Well, it's not easy. That's true, but and now with the second one, I guess again, who knows what'll happen to it?
Yeah,
it's getting review bombed apparently.
It is.
So that sucks.
Of the 47 people that bought the game early access, and now it has thousands of negative reviews. It's like, if all you guys paid for this game, then maybe it'd be done. So I don't think there's 47. I'm being exaggerative. Obviously, it's probably close to like 347. I was one of them. So even in the state that it's in, which is broken, it's still fun. Right. Like the things that look good look really good. Things that don't work really great, some of it is game breaking. A lot of it's just like, oh, that sucks, but whatever. Like, it's not game breaking, so let's continue on to the fake, not fake, but the representation of the moon.
Yeah.
But
again, you loved it. It was something you used to talk about a lot.
Yeah.
Off air. It was something that you really enjoyed as a thing.
Yeah, I mean, being kind of a space nerd. Yeah, designing my own rocket to get to, a moon and control this little frog dude, plant a flag someplace on the moon. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah. Building a rover to, detach from your lander pod, and how it all, it was really intricate how it all worked. And even in the second game, although broken, there's a lot of the same stuff that you can do in there. But it just sucks that it probably won't see its completion. And
no, it's a really bad time for game developers this year, when hundreds of thousands of layoffs. A lot of people there's a lot of struggling going on in the gaming industry. The bubble has popped, so to speak.
Yes and no. I think the whole mass shooter genre is just the thing right now. Like
it's not mass. It's first person shooter.
No. Oh. I see what you're saying. Wrong terms there.
Yeah.
The what, I don't even know what the games are called. What is it called? The ones that all the kids play, that you build things and
Give me a title. Oh, like Minecraft.
No.
Or like
It's the
Fortnite
shooter
or
game, but
something?
you can build houses and hide behind them, I guess, and like
Fortnite is a game. Where you
Fortnite,
can
yeah,
build houses
Fortnite,
and shoot.
and the other one,
Yeah.
the P-Bub or whatever. Like that's what's
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
popular right now.
Player unknown battleground. Yeah.
Yeah, those are the types of games that are really popular right now. Whatever version you want to see. Overwatch, the two we just mentioned, Halo, PvP is still fairly popular. So I think that's just kind of the more popular thing, where more adventure type games, there is niche for that. Fighting games, there's definitely a niche for that. But what do people want right now? I don't know. I like what I like, and that's kind of the way it's always been with gaming.
Yeah,
for
and
me.
it's not. This isn't happening because like you like it. Like people are interested in the stuff that you're interested in. It's just that there's only so much money to go around for so many games,
Sure.
and a lot of people just got super excited to make all of these. Because gaming is the new Hollywood, right? Like it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. It makes more money per year than anything Hollywood puts out in movies, and it costs less. It just takes more time to do, but it costs less. Well, it takes about the same time, actually, same amount of time to make a movie and just make a game. So it just sucks because a lot of people are hurting right now in the gaming industry.
Things are tough all over.
It is. But I do pay attention to the gaming industry, and it is like they're feeling it a lot. Even though, yes, you're right. Everyone is kind of feeling it, but that one, it's weird because it's like every day there's a new set of layoffs, right? Like Microsoft is already planning to do more layoffs after what they did today, which is already closed down a bunch of studios. So they're going to lay off more people, and then there's going to be other studios and publishers are going to lay off. Like it's just never going to end, and I feel bad for those guys because you can only what are you going to do?
Right. The statement, I wish I had pulled up the statement from Take-Two, but it's just the run-on sentences of corporate jarble.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks. I hate that it was...
It says nothing about anything about what's going on. It's like, we're downsizing to streamline our corporate words that I don't know. And like, we're hedging our funds or something.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
That's everything I had written down.
Well, that's a lot of stuff written down for the most part. I mean, there's nothing really fantastical happening in the world. I mentioned the rescheduling of marijuana. That's going to be interesting when that gets taken care of, because I'm sure that'll get done.
I mean, that'll be kind of cool. I need to look into it myself. You're like the second or third person that's mentioned it to me like this week. So I gotta look into that.
Let me know, because I know it's some. It sounds like, and I'm just gonna get a little about just to put it out there, but I think someone's using it as a means to get reelected. So we'll see what happens.
Well, yeah,
they're using it as like a little carrot to be like, hey, if you vote for me again, guess what I'll do. So we'll see if that happens. But yeah, I mean, which is cool, like good. It should never have been labeled. It should never have been paired with heroin and meth and all that stuff. It should have been its own thing, because it actually helps people.
I wouldn't have wanted to get into that industry and been in it for almost 10 years if I didn't see people benefiting from it or me getting anything out of it.
Sure. Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I mean, even for myself. You see me in public, there's a good chance I'm just got high, am high, or coming down from a high, because being in public sometimes is too much. But you can make it a lot more fun. Everything's better with a bag of weed.
You're the Snoop Dogg of Colorado.
Smoke dog, baby. I don't know.
Now you just need a rap career and you're set.
Learn how to crip walk.
And you already have the name. You're the El Hawkes. You have like a rapper name, right? Like you have a name.
I could just totally fake the funk and just.
Well, you need.
No, just completely fake the funk and, just take my Irish heritage and just go full white Mexican like that movie.
Go back to 2010. Put some spinners on your car.
Mm.
I
already got the long white socks and the khaki shorts. I got that handled already. I already rock that style anyway, so I'm totally guilty of that.
Put a giant subwoofer in their trunk with a couple of gigantic speakers.
Yeah.
Find a couple of hoes and you're set.
Get me a Cuban.
And the Snoop Dogg of Colorado.
Need a Cuban rope gold chain. The ones that are like flat link.
You'll need ice. You'll need
some bling.
You don't say bling anymore.
Actually, you know what?
I don't know.
A couple weeks ago, I saw a dude with a fucking grill that was so awesome. I stopped me in my tracks and I actually said something to him. I was like, dude, your mouth looks awesome. like that's great. Like I have no complaints.
Gonna have to get you a platinum grill with some.
So it could be like Cisco.
Diamonds. Yeah.
What happened to that guy? I wonder.
And then he still does. I think he just collabs with it. He doesn't do music on his own anymore. He just collabs.
Well, that's
I'm
good.
Too busy.
That's good because the thong song you can only run on that for so long.
I'm too busy getting involved in the Drake Kendrick Lamar.
Look, I don't even know what a Drake is. I thought I'd learned what a Drake was a couple weeks ago in that Nickelodeon thing, but apparently there's another Drake. I didn't know.
No, not Drake and Josh Drake. Oh
apparently, this other Drake raps or sings or disses or something. I don't know.
He was also an original character of Degrassi High: The Next Generation. Okay.
Oh, okay.
He was a Canadian actor who turned rapper. Who now has a beef with Kendrick Lamar, and
who I don't even know who that is either. So
another musician, another.
No, I mean, another. I've heard the names. I know what they do. Okay, but I'm like I don't know.
Here's the thing.
I really don't know what a Drake is though. Either one of them.
Just a guy.
I know. I'm just saying.
Just a guy that everyone's against. He's the bad guy in this beef. So. Just know that he's the bad guy.
Yeah, I just saw that there's
he's the perceived bad guy.
Something on, you look up so-and-so's house. It says it's now owned by so-and-so on Google Maps. Like, cool. That's not my world. Why is this showing up? But it is showing up on my time. All of my timelines, this beef is showing up. And the funny thing is that I haven't heard Diss 1, so I
haven't heard any of the. I only know the latest diss, the last two diss track or the diss things. One of which was like really implied, and then the other one was straight up. Like I don't know. It's really interesting because it's just like, oh, why do I care? I don't care, but yet somehow it's making it into my world.
The thing is they both have new albums coming out, and this is how they're drumming up. It's a collab. Don't worry about it.
I guess so.
They really hang out together all the time and watch the other Drake TV show.
The other Drake. Yeah, that's a whole other thing. There's too many Drakes. That's what I'm just saying.
Is that even a name? Is that even a real name?
Yeah.
Is it though?
Drake is actually another word for Drake is another word for a dragon. So
Oh.
Drake is a real name. Is
Okay.
a real word. Yeah.
I'm just,
Yeah.
just offending thousands of people at once.
Nah, nobody cares because Drake is a dumb name anyway.
Well, there you go.
I'll insult them for you. Drake is terrible.
We can make fun of fun names, and I can make fun of Honda boys, and
Look at that. Push knows what's going on. Drake and the Toronto Maple Leafs in the NHL playoffs don't go together because Drake is Canadian. So I'm guessing Drake is in the Toronto Maple Leaf playoff games, watching those.
Well, nobody wants to see that.
Because Drake has something else to do.
Well, he does. He's got to figure out who this other Drake is, and they need to have a battle. Figure out who the superior Drake is. There could be only one.
Drake. It's not this Drake. That's true. The Battle of the Drakes. I like it.
Yeah. I mean,
it is a real name. Ginger's defending the name. It's a real name. Lying it or not, it's a real name. No, I know it's a real name.
I mean, we had the Battle of Josh a few years ago.
Right.
To figure out the ultimate Josh or the whatever that was. Wish I could have been there.
It's your fault for only befriend. I mean, I'm the exception, but you only befriend people with J in their name.
J, a lot of Jasons or just J names. Yeah, you're not wrong there. I do got an E. I got an N. I used to have a Z. That was fun.
Well, now you need to get a Drake. You need to befriend a Drake. And then you're in. Then you're cool. Then you're in with the cool kids.
Would I be though?
At least you might know what's going on in the diss track world.
That's true. I mean, look, I come from Luther Campbell spitting some disses out, and Snoop and Dre saying stuff, and Easy and his two friends from the hood making a whole diss track. And driving all through Compton. It was rad. I'm here for that. Actually, here's a fun little thing. House of Pain's Jump Around technically is a diss track. At the very end of the song, he does throw a diss out to somebody. You can't really hear it, but he calls somebody out and disses them basically. So it kind of makes it a diss track. I mean, he does say he's going to slap a hoe in the song.
But that's kind of that's something we all kind of want to do at some point or another. It's just something we all kind of wanted to do.
I mean, seems legit. I got nothing else. You got anything else? Is there another Drake I'm not aware of?
Those are the important ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, where do people find you on the interwebs?
At AKA the other guy. That's everything. You can find it all there.
If you can only type as unenthusiastic as you just said it, if there's a way to type that way, that'd be awesome. We have a way to type excited. Everybody types in caps. We don't have a way to type sadly.
We got to brand people. Just stick with a brand. There are very few people I know who stick to their brand, where everything that is social media is the one name. It's like me and like two other people.
Well, you know who?
Close. You just have to get rid of that underscore in. Put an underscore in the Instagram, and then you're set. I think you need the underscore because that's
maybe because it kind of rolls off the tongue.
It does. 303 underscore ninja is better than just 303 ninja. Like I feel like there's something missing, so you need the underscore.
Right. But at one time I thought there might be a thing I could do with Synergy, And it didn't work out because at the time there was a lot of hands in the cookie jar, and my hands weren't always in that cookie jar. So things got created with no synergy. But there was an idea at one point. But you can follow us at the POI Podcast at gmail.com, or email us, I guess. Twitter, POI Podcast. Spotify, the POI Podcast. And we're all over the place. If you just search different versions of POI Podcast or the POI Podcast, you'll find it. I promise. You can call, text, voicemail 314-764-7631. It spells out POI Pod 1. See, I was close with synergy once again. Didn't work out. Try it. You can find me on Twitter at 303_ninja, 303ninja on the Instagram. We'll be back when we're back. Hopefully it is back next Tuesday. But my new job.
Tuesday, yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
In a situation, yeah.
But we'll be back to entertain you all then. The song's over. So are we. We're out of here. Bye.